Question, everyone, what is something that you do at home that's like beauty maintenance? Okay, like what's the thing that you really like out of everything? This is the thing that you have to do. For me, it's a lash lift and tint. My lashes are not as great as potential right now, and I'm like, it's making me twitch. It's bothering me. Let me know. I'm very, very curious what you guys do at home beauty, because one thing about me, I'm cheap. Hi everyone, it's Isabella here and welcome back to the channel. So today's video, this is a little bit of a bonus video for you guys. I want to talk about lash techs. I know, right? I have not had a lash tech conversation in a hot second that is doing lashes in a storage unit. Let me say that in your good ear real fast. A lash tech doing lashes in a storage unit. So I know it's a very shocking topic, but in all seriousness though, this is a foundation for a discussion I've been really meaning to have with y'all about hustle culture, the economy right now, and so much more. But I believe that we have a lot to break down when it comes to a lash tech working in a storage unit. I'm sure a lot of y'all have so many thoughts. I do as well. So we're gonna be diving into that today, how I think we've seen a progress in toxic hustle culture, in toxic things, and illegal beauty practices. So if we're up in today's video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell button down below so you'll be notified of every single video I post. I am literally everywhere, so if you want to hear my voice so much more, then literally pick a link, any link down there, you're gonna find me. I'd like to quickly take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video. Let's talk about Womanizer. So you guys know, this is the holiday season where we're giving gifts, and sometimes we're giving gifts to ourselves. And I'd like to talk about some gifts that continuously keep on giving and giving and giving. Let me introduce you to Womanizer. So if you guys are unfamiliar with Womanizer, they're inventors of what is known as pleasure air technology, and they offer a wide variety of adult toys. So I want to talk about two that I think would be phenomenal gifts for someone else, for yourself. Let's talk about this first one called Next. She uses Pleasure Air 3D, which is the improved pleasure air technology, 3 depth levels, 14 intensity levels, waterproof, and it has an afterglow mode. So essentially what that is once you're done, you push this glow mode and it takes you all the way back to the lowest setting. Now, if you want to take things to the next level, let me introduce you to Duo 2. It is a rabbit toy that offers dual stimulation, and both motors can be controlled separately, so it's very customizable. This one has 14 intensity levels, waterproof, and also has the afterglow mode. Now, both of these are luxury models, but Womanizer offers a wide variety of different toys for a wide variety of budgets. Womanizer offers free and discreet shipping. Everything comes in very neutral packaging, so no one's in your business. They all come with a 5-year warranty. So if you want to get the gift that keeps on giving, go to the link in the description below or scan the QR code on the screen and use the code ISABELLACHRISTMAS to get 20% off of your order for a limited time only. Thank you so much to Womanizer for partnering with me on today's video, and now let's get into it. So I was scrolling on my For You page, just being a little bit nosy, per usual, what's new, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've never gotten lash extensions before. I never could get behind, I don't know, I just, it feels too heavy on my eyes. But for me, I always love watching it, right? Like I love watching other people do really cool lash maps. It's so fascinating. And so whenever I see like a really cool video, I don't know, I love it. I like supporting. I think it's really cool to support other businesses that are doing it really good. So it kind of took me by surprise when I saw this content creator who's posting up some very, very questionable problematic practices with her lash tech business. Now I need to make a very big disclaimer, huge disclaimer on this, okay? I know I have this plastered everywhere in like my channel rules, that's like near my comment section, like in my butt, all of that. I make it very obviously clear. Y'all know the drill. Don't fucking go and harass this person. You know how I am. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't want to do with that shit. They don't want to do with that shit. It literally is unnecessary, and I'm never going to condone that. So please never embody that, okay? That's not the kind of people I want supporting me. End of story. But two, I'm not trying to hurt anyone, harm anyone, ruin nothing, but I do think we need to bring awareness to these kinds of topics. And because beauty is such a sought after service, this is very alarming. And we have gone through this route, right? We have gone through the LED lash techs. We have gone through the illegal lip injections. We have gone through veneer tech. We have gone through a wide variety of beauty stuff at home done illegally. And I want to cover this because I am concerned that people could take this as inspiration in a bad way. So this is Rich off of Lash's The Lash Bar. This is the video that first caught my attention that went viral. So let's take a look.
Come with me for a no call, no show. Opening up shop. the moment I realized she was a no-show, taking pictures for promo to get a client.
Okay, so immediately people were like, whoa, whoa, red flag on the play. Like, this is already a lot where we have somebody walking into a storage unit area and is opening up shop for her Lash Tech services. Now, already this is quite alarming to see somebody opening up a storage unit to do a service like that. Maybe just me. My mom made me watch Taken years ago and she's like, that can happen to you. Just so you know, you could get snatched. So be careful, you know, don't do anything to be super cautious, all that shit. Okay. We had Life 360, you name it. Who else experienced that? Cause I sure did. My mom was like, you could get got. Do you understand? You could get snatched up. You better be careful. Anyways, that's when I got really scared of getting kidnapped, but I watched too many videos about people getting snatched up in storage units. Here's the thing. If I'm just going to say this as a woman who truly trusts her gut, and if I feel wrong about something, I'm leaving. I don't give a shit who I piss off. If I'm going to get my lashes done or if I want to get a lash lift and tint done, and I drive and pull up to a storage unit, there is nothing in this world that will make me go, unless you have David Cornsweat in there with a maid costume on, or like maybe $1 million, then I might get easy. But like, I'm so serious. There's no way I'm going in that. Okay. I'm literally like, oh, okay. So I'm going to get trafficked. That would have been my first thought, right? So red flag, that's probably a good chance why you have a no-show is because you have someone that's like, yeah, lashes are not worth this, and then walk away, which I think any normal person would. But there's a deeper conversation to be had. So go through the comments. It says, ain't this illegal? Next one, you can't conduct business in your storage unit. She probably left when she pulled up to a garage storage. I would think I'm being abducted. Yeah, exactly. Krista, you're completely right on that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm leaving too. Another one says, me the minute I pull up and see it's a storage unit. Next comment is no proper ventilation, no running water, fire, and safety exits. And then another commenter said, I understand the hustle, but girl, they're gonna think you are Joe Goldberg from the show You. So what I wanna do, since this is an introduction, I'm gonna keep showing you videos of this individual and what she's showing off, because I think, again, like I usually like doing, it's a good prerequisite before I really give my opinion. So we can have a good understanding of what she's sharing, representing her work. I only think that's fair. So let's go over here to some of the top videos. Okay, so this is her studio. And so, I mean, I know it looks cute, but in all seriousness, this is really, really not a good place to have a lash studio, because I don't know if you guys know this, but one thing I do when it comes to lash techs is you need to be able to have, your facility has to meet a certain amount of standards. That is just something that majority of states are going to require of you. So this is a conversation that we've had when it comes to lash techs, the veneer bullshit, lip filler and whatnot. Every state has their own health department, and that pretty much dictates, hey, this is what you are and aren't allowed to do. It really varies per state, but every one of them is going to have a requirement for specific beauty services like this about facility, licensing, and so much more. Do you want to point out that I see 2 certificates? However, they don't look like, I'm not seeing anything else that looks like an esthetician's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not currently right now, again, I am absolutely open to be proven wrong because duh, I'm not going to see bullshit on the internet. I'm not seeing anything that's giving me validity and knowing that this is a safe practice. I know the garage situation already should have sealed the deal for me, but I'm again trying to genuinely look for good stuff here while calling out the negative. So I do not believe from what I'm seeing that this is actually not violating some kind of law. And we're gonna be pulling up details about that here in just a second, but here is the next video. Okay, I'm gonna throw this out here because this is something I have been meaning to speak on. We are using luxury way too broadly right now, and this is a problem I've seen in so many different beauty service categories. We are having too many people say luxury when it's genuinely not. Even apartments, right? Holy shit. I see apartments that are luxury apartments, but they have a white fridge. By the way, nothing wrong with a white fridge, but I'm just fucking saying, they have the landlord special where they paint over the roach on the fucking wall, luxury, and it's just white walls. Me, I love my apartment, but you know what I'm saying? We're doing the same shit with the beauty service. We need to stop utilizing the term luxury for absolutely everything. And I believe that, again, I don't want to discredit somebody's hard work because I understand the goal and the hustle and wanting to start something. And if you don't have a lot of resources or rent is incredibly high, I completely understand why somebody would want to do this. But again, this is another problem when it comes to this industry, and also any industry, beauty-wise in general, is the weaponization of let's put luxury and then suddenly equals luxury. Just because you call something luxury does not all of a sudden equal the service is. And I'm so sorry, but I cannot fathom calling a U-Haul storage unit location to be luxury. I just can't. So the comments say luxury and storage unit in the same sentence is crazy work. Yeah, I agree. I want you to succeed so bad, but you have to find a new location. Even out of your home is better than this. And by the way, love this comment. Thank you so much. One thing I want to say about this so far as we're getting into this, I've seen people start as lash techs in their own home, and I actually don't think that that's wrong from what I've seen. Again, I'm going to have to double check some of the laws on this just to really make damn sure I'm not just saying some shit here. But I've seen some people start, and again, that is 10 times better. I don't know the legality of everything, but that still is going to be 10 times better than a storage unit, because at least you can wash your hands. There's proper ventilation. There's fire exits, right? This could go south very quickly, and also is opening you up to lawsuits. And this is one thing I want to mention when it comes to the hustle culture and the idea of let's start a business, let's do this, let's go into this venture. Sometimes people will jump into something when they are completely unprepared. And I am all for starting rough and trying to try new things, and you're not exactly like 100% there. Again, I raw dogged it with YouTube, and here I am. So I'm just saying, but we have to have a balance with that. And if there's some things that we are truly not financially prepared for, we cannot do, and we have to start small, it's okay to start small. Like, small business is still a business, regardless. Starting low, building your way up, saving up, getting to a point where you have a high amount of clientele that can help you afford rent so that way you can afford these kinds of things, that is good. Starting off and screwing your business from day one is not a good idea. And like, this is the thing is, there are many people who start off like this, right? But I do want people to succeed, and I don't want them to start off like this. And another point that I have to make is we have a lot of people that use the term business owner or are going after starting a business, entrepreneur, etc. And a lot of people are unqualified and do not know what they're talking about. And like, that's okay if you don't know it. Like, there's nothing wrong with not knowing something when you're starting out. Don't trust everything you see on the internet, because this can influence you to think that this is normal. For example, we saw that with veneer techs. People genuinely thought for the longest time that veneer techs were a legit service. Absolutely not. Or even when it comes to like lip injections. I've literally covered people on my channel before who do the hyaluron pen and now do Botox. Yes, Botox. And I don't see them have proper licensing for that from what I know, but they just teach other people to do the same shit. That's crazy. So please don't just take this as this is what we need to be doing. Please no. I mean, they're really pretty lashes. Her caption for this one says, book your November appointments, y'all ain't stepping nothing. So she was getting flamed in the comment section for this because people were calling her out. And if you're getting flamed for the internet, a lot of people are like, babe, you're doing something like really illegal. Please stop, please stop, please stop. You need to listen. Like, literally, I'm telling you right now, when I was talking about like the other creators that were doing the lip filler and now Botox, and I was like, hey, you're violating the Texas Health Department. Like, you need to stop. You're just a hater. I promise you I'm not. I don't want you going to jail. I know everyone loves wearing orange. No one wants to wear it every day though. Okay. I'm just saying lashes are not worth it. I mean, those are some big fluffy lashes. They look really good on her, I will say. See, I can never do that. I know what I look like. I know who I am. She's got skill. She's talented. So it kills me when I see people who are talented and have the drive and the hustle to make something great screw themselves prematurely over the fact that you want to get it immediately. Now, the caption on this one, this was posted 4 days ago. It says, LOL, I'm still here with it for the ones that have nothing but positivities to spread. I love you. And for all the negative ones, there's a special place for you. God bless. Ooh. The comments are still going at it, trying to let her know like, hey, she's really not listening. One comment says, no ventilation, no sinks, one door that can be locked from the outside at any time. You see, imagine being like, no, I won't, the person I'm with is fine, but then someone else snatches your ass up or locks you in. That's bad. Being in a random person's storage locker without being able to see, no. There's so many things wrong with this. Just because it works out doesn't mean it's okay. And then somebody else commented, how do you wash your hands between clients with no sink? And then she says, wear gloves. And then another person showed that screenshot and said, are the gloves in the room with us? Which that's another thing, because if you have no sink, you aren't actually wearing gloves with every single different client to make sure that there's no cross-contamination, because that you are messing with your eyes, okay? And you're using your bare hands with multiple clients that day and you're able to actually thoroughly sanitize. That is a problem. That is a health warning right there. We have already seen some of these videos. Let's go and look at her booking and scheduling. This is the Book Now site that she has. I just found it through her Instagram. It took me a second to get it. It says the Lash bar. There's the contact information. Gonna blur all that out. Hey, I'm Anaya, a certified lash tech with a oh, okay. Hey. I didn't see the certification, but if she got it, hell yeah, we love to see it. With a passion for enhancing natural beauty through the art of lashes, I specialize in creating custom lash extensions tailored to each client's unique style and preferences, whether you're looking for a subtle lift or full volume drama. My goal is to provide a relaxing, comfortable experience while giving you lashes that make you feel confident and fabulous. Let's make your eyes pop and give you that flawless look you deserve. So it says to prepare for your appointment, remove all glue residue from lashes, communicate if running late, arrive on time, no extra guests. I do not work over another artist's work, cancel if you're feeling sick, arrive to your appointments with a fresh face, free of oils, makeup, mascara, lotion, and then remaining balance can be paid in cash. Booking policies is a 24-hour notice is required prior to cancellations or rescheduling of any service. Payments, a $25 non-refundable deposit is required. The remaining balance can be paid in cash. Refunds are not offered. Safety and sanitation reasons, no extra guests are allowed. And then late arrivals, please arrive on time. A 5-minute grace period is given. After 5 minutes, a $15 late fee is applied. After 10 minutes, the appointment is canceled. Her policies look really good right now. So that, like, dang, I have so many thoughts to say because, like, so far, she's got a lot of what she needs. It's just we're doing some illegal shit from what I know. Squeeze-ins. Appointments that are scheduled same day before or after salon hours will require an additional fee of $25. Unsatisfied. I allow 24 hours for you to voice your dislikes so that I can fix the problem free of charge. I do not offer refunds. Okay. I mean, honestly, that's good to be like, hey, let me know if something feels weird, you don't like it, let me know and we'll fix it. I like that. I like that a lot. Appointments. My sets take about 2.5 hours. Please plan accordingly as I do not rush my work. And then fill-ins. You must have 60% of your lashes remaining. I do not fill in over other lash techs work. And then choosing a service, you can do eyebrow tinting, 45 minutes at $25. Deals, you can bring a bestie, 4 hours at $220. Signature set Sundays, 2 hours and 30 minutes at $85. Lash wasted Wednesday, 2 hours and 30 minutes, $85. Some of these things are like, see, some of these names are actually cute as shit. I love the bestie idea. I fucking love that. Imagine talking shit with your new lash tech and your best friend sitting there. That would sell me. So this is why I'm saying, like, she's got a lot of stuff that is really, really good. She should be able to be successful if she does things right. You could do a volume set for 120, hybrid set for 120, mega volume for 120, cluster set for 60, and signature set 120, exotic set for 120, and then refills, a signature set fill-in is $70. It looks like majority of the fill-ins are $70. Refills for 3 weeks is $90 from what I'm seeing, and that is about it. So I want to really quickly now pull up the actual laws behind where she's located at. Okay, so here's actually some new information from Maryland's Department of Labor. Now this is really, really important because I'm trying to whip out evidence to show that this is very, very wrong. New license for eyelash extension technicians to launch in Maryland. So according to October 21st, 2025, so this is really, really recent, the Maryland Department of Labor Division of Occupational and Professional Licensing is launching a new license for eyelash extension technicians. Hell yeah. Until now, individuals providing eyelash extension services have been required to obtain a cosmetologist or esthetician license from the Maryland Board of Cosmetologists. So this new limited license makes it possible for people who want to provide eyelash extension services to do so without the additional expenses of a broader cosmetologist or esthetician license, which honestly is pretty cool. Trying to have their own specific licensing for that is great because some people, that's literally all that they want to do. And you know what? Cool. I think it's also a great start to get your foot into the door if you want to do that and maybe make some money to then go and become an esthetician or something. Like, if this actually is okay and good and you're not like breaking the law or hurting someone, I love that. Okay, the temporary license is expected to launch in early 2026 and the standard license is expected to launch in late 2026. Lash technicians should take the following steps to comply with the new law. 1. Confirm that the salon where they provide these services have an active permit from the Maryland Board of Cosmetologists or apply for a salon permit. Or 2. Only provide eyelash extension services in a salon that meets the standard of board regulations, follow the board's health and safety regulations, and obtain a temporary individual license. Here are the sanitation requirements in Maryland according to Lash extensions as well, because earlier they were just talking about having a salon. And here's the thing. She could have started off in a salon and that would have honestly built her clientele, built her credit, made her have a healthy practice because she's actually working in a place that is safe and certified. It gives her significantly more protections where she's doing it right now. A full service beauty salon and limited practice beauty salon shall comply with the sanitations provided in this regulation. Every salon shall be well lighted, heated, and ventilated and shall be kept in as clean and sanitary condition. From what I'm seeing, that's violating this law. The walls, curtains, and floor coverings in a salon shall be washed and kept clean. Okay. All salons shall be supplied with hot and cold running water. We got number 2 that we're violating here. 4, the premises shall be kept free from rodents, vermin, flies, or similar insects, which is definitely harder if it's a, storage unit. The salon may not be used for sleeping or living quarters. Okay. All hair, nail services, nail service debris, cotton, or other waste material shall be removed from the floor without delay and deposited in a closed container or removed from the premises frequently. Sounds like she's doing that. Restrooms shall be kept in a sanitary condition and have soap dispensers and disposable towels. We don't have any of those. All employees of a salon shall be attired in clean, washable garments. The hands of a licensed or registrant shall be washed before attending each client. Okay, we have 4 things that we're violating right now. And again, I am not trying to be a bitch, but this is just unsafe. So this is just a few. I'm gonna have all this linked in the description below, by the way, so that way people can just look into this out of sheer curiosity. Hi, Editing Bella here. Okay, so I am not kidding when I say I was editing this video and I found this other Instagram reel that I want to show you guys. So it's an Instagram creator by the name of Customs Plug. Like, it looks like they sell like a bunch of different clothing, right? And they're showing off a video of the cops showing up and making them remove their quote storefront from the actual storage unit. So apparently this is way more of a normalized concept than I've come to realize. And I want to make a couple points here that I just thought of as well, since this is not just a like services type of situation. This is also selling of goods. Number 1, I think people forget that this is also a huge liability when it comes to the actual storage unit location. So if somebody gets hurt on their property, depending on the state, you also probably could get sued because of that, or like the storage unit company can get sued. So like you are going to be held accountable for the damages and whatever they deem necessary. And all I'm going to say is for somebody like a storage company that is like a chain commercial company, they have a lot of money. So you're going to get so financially screwed because they have around and find out time and finances, okay? And that is not something you want to mess around with. Second of all, if you have the money for storage unit monthly, that is telling me that you at least have a little bit of something to do, an online storefront or something else. You got to get creative. The aspect of becoming a business owner or being successful in anything is being creative. And if we can't get more creative than getting a storage unit and violating laws, we shouldn't even be doing a business, period, okay? Because if you were like this dude who was trying to sell a bunch of clothes from a storage unit, one, that makes no sense. But you should have gone Squarespace, Wix, something, start a damn website. And then on top of that, if you're someone who has physical services, again, you got to find other ways to be doing this. But out of a store, I had no idea this was such a, I guess, more common thing. Please don't do it. And again, business owners and entrepreneurs need to get creative. Storage unit idea is a little bit creative. I will give you that, but creative enough to where you don't get arrested. Okay. So with all that being said, I want to give you guys my real thorough thoughts on this and why this is a deeper issue than actually just the Lash tech. But let's start with the Lash tech conversation. This is really alarming because this could become very dangerous. So I'm not complaining about this just to complain. This can become incredibly unsafe for the client right now, because if the client goes in and has an infection really bad, you're also messing with your eyes. And I think that's really unsafe. 2, again, I could be completely unaware, but I highly doubt that there's any waivers that are actually giving people proper consent to this. If I agree to something, but you still commit a crime against me, a waiver is not going to change the fact that you're committing a crime from what I can see. Insurance, that's another thing when it comes to beauty services, is having insurance. So that way, if something bad does happen, you are protected. I'm not getting the vibe that all of these things are happening considering a storage unit is being used. I understand why people would use a storage unit because I get it. Rent is so high. I was actually talking with a coffee shop the other day who did a pop-up in my apartment, and I was just, chit-chatting. They were making my coffee, and, I love to talk with people, and they were telling me about how they're just a pop-up right now. And I was like, oh, really? Are you wanting to venture into being an actual stationary coffee shop? And they said, well, we're looking, but rent is so high. And they were telling me the prices, and I was like, holy shit, that is, I'm so sorry, guys. I know that's brutal, but they're finding other ways to make things happen. It is incredibly expensive. However, just because it's expensive doesn't excuse the fact if you're doing something illegal, unhealthy, unsafe, violating a law. You get what I'm saying. That doesn't change the fact. And if you are not able to handle a practice like this safely, it's still wrong. It just is. And then furthermore, like she could get sued for this, not just by a client, but even potentially like the health department can go after her over this, which is definitely not what you want. Now, again, I want to say, I don't wish this person bad or anything. Like, I hope that she learns. I know she thinks that some people are just hating on her, but no, I promise you that is not it. Like, this is genuinely an unsafe thing. And we are seeing this wave of a bunch of people trying to just start things with lack of proper licensing, sanitation, location serve, everything. Like, we're lacking in so many different departments. I see with a lot of like DIY beauty is coming to the surface. Another thing I want to mention is the fact that she thinks a lot of people who are going after her are just haters. And I really would like to promise you, like, that is not the case. Like, I am a person over here. I fully believe in a redemption arc. I always do. I'm always going to support that. I'm like, any person I've ever talked about on my channel, I literally hope that they make better decisions. I don't think it would be normal for me to not hope for the best for people and hope that they do get better. But this is one of those things, it's wrong. I'm not being a hater because I'm calling out something that's illegal, wrong, harmful, or just morally. And this is another example of that, because this can hurt the lash tech, this can hurt a client, and this could also just screw your start to a business, because like you could literally lose any opportunity license and be banned from doing this forever. Like, you could negatively hurt yourself. You could have to pay fines and fees. Like, there's a person I covered who literally had to have a conversation and sign paperwork with her health department because she goofed off too much. People will go to jail for this. Like, we have veneer techs, we're in prison right now. All I'm saying is this is not worth risking your livelihood, your safety, your anything. And I know it's incredibly enticing to want to do the thing and get into it. And trust me, I understand, because like there's some things, I mean, I'm not doing that, but there's some things I'm like, gosh, I wish I could do this, but I have to know my limit. We need to know our limit when it comes to services like this, because DIY beauty is fine if you are able to consent and do it to yourself. It's not when we're trying to sell our business and label it as luxury and we're violating a shit ton of laws already and then posting it up for everyone to see on the internet. Now, a deeper conversation I actually want to have in regard to this entire topic is, I believe this lash tech is a really good example of hustle culture, and especially hustle culture just trying to start a business, and even the state of our economy. I mean, I think, no shit, like, we're not doing hot right now in the US. I know that. But I believe this is especially such a good indication of how bad things are getting, because we see a lot more sketchy services pop up, right? Everyone wants to start something because people are so desperate, right? I do believe that there is a desperation that is connected to some people who want to start things and do it the messy, quick way. And I've been seeing this with the trope of, well, hey, if you have no job right now, this is the best time to start your side hustle. And I will agree to that, but I think some people take that too far and think that everyone needs to be a business owner, or they just need to do it with no concept of the law or regulations or their capacity to do it. And so I believe the uprise of veneer techs, the lip filler, I think because some things are so expensive, people are struggling financially. I absolutely do think that that plays a role into people wanting to find new side hustles, wanting to do lip filler at home, because people, quote, get mutual benefit, because that's how it's kind of marketed off as. Well, I'm not like this person that charges $200 for this type of filler, but I make it more affordable and you're supporting a small business and like we get the benefit. Except for many people forget that the cons are safety and the fact that a lot of these actions are illegal. You don't want to be playing with your face and your eyes. And like, again, a girl, I am having to shop for health insurance right now, and I'm looking at paying $550 plus a month just for premiums alone. I was already doing like $400 before. I'm pissed. Okay. We are playing around as if we have affordable health insurance. Don't be doing that, okay? Please be careful. Please be careful. I just think that this is, with how many scams in the beauty industry and scary things that I've covered just alone on this channel, I think is a great indicator of how we've been going downhill. And I think it's really sad, because I know how many people really truly want to make something amazing, and I am all for it, but we cannot be doing things lazily. And I get it, because there's also an aspect that's involved with desperation and wanting to make money and doing whatever it takes. I promise you, there are a billion other things to try. So, moral of the story, if you have a dream, please take time to research that dream and how you're going to get there. Don't cut corners. Don't say f it, because you could land yourself in jail with fines. You could literally ruin your reputation for the rest of your life. You could hurt somebody. Like, the list goes on and on. I promise you, I'm not being a hater. I genuinely want better for you. 2, please don't take inspiration from every small business on the internet that's trying to have a cheaper, more affordable way, because sometimes the cheaper way isn't, right? Sometimes it's going to cost you money to start a business. I have to invest a hefty amount of money to buy camera equipment, materials, pay all these different services so I can do what I'm doing for a living. I have to pay a decent amount to make more in. Same vibe when it comes to this. You are going to always take risk and have to make investments in order to become a successful business owner and just be a good entrepreneur. That's literally something that you can't really do one without the other. So when you see people trying to cheap out, the cheaper way is not always the better way. Just like cheaper lip filler doesn't mean better, getting a storage unit like this for your location of business is also not a better decision. I just want to say, again, I'm not trying to go after someone and just target them, but I do think that this is very concerning, and I don't want people trying to mimic this, because I have witnessed people mimic other individuals with the same shit, like again, veneer, text, lip filler, and so much more. So please be safe out there. Additionally, if you are someone who is interested and want to support a fellow friends, like small business, look at credentials, look at their location. It is okay to ask questions. You are not a bad person for checking. Like, you are not bad for having standards and wanting to protect your body. So if you think something's up, if it doesn't sit right with you, you don't have to support every small business. You don't have to feel bad for asking for credentials. Protect yourself and advocate for yourself, and that will never lead you wrong. So that was it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. What do you guys think? Let me know what you're thinking down below. Stay safe, have a good week. Also, don't forget to check out Womanizer in the link in the description below, or scan the QR code on the screen and use the code Isabella Christmas for 20% off of your order. And I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, big forehead kiss. Bye.